Welcome back to the Malaysia Money Matters Show. It's the 29th of August, 25. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the key headlines. Everything from local companies to what's happening globally.
That's right. And understanding how it all connects, well, that's crucial for making sense of things today. We'll try and connect those dots for you.
Okay, let's jump right in. Malaysian company news first. IJM, the construction giant, they've confirmed they're bidding for PNB's highway assets.
Yes, confirmed.
Yeah.
And they're also targeting 8 billion ringgit in new construction contracts for FY 2026.
8 billion. Wow.
Wow.
And prioritizing growth over dividends.
Exactly. It signals a major focus on domestic infrastructure. They're betting big on Malaysia's pipeline. Yeah.
So confidence in the sector, basically.
Deep confidence, yes. Even if it means shareholders wait a bit longer for higher payouts, it's a strategic long-term view.
Got it. Okay, next up, Axiata Group. They've flagged possible delays in selling off some assets, their infrastructure, towers.
Yeah, monetizing those assets. Market conditions aren't favorable, apparently.
And that affects their debt reduction strategy.
It does, significantly. It really highlights how, wider economic wobbles, maybe higher interest rates, investors being cautious can really mess up corporate plans like these asset disposals.
Right, a real spanner in the works.
Pretty much, especially for big infrastructure deals.
Okay, moving to QL Resources. They've raised egg prices by 5 cents after the subsidies were removed.
Yes, a direct hit to protect their margins. Unfortunately, that's something you, the consumer, will feel directly.
And at the same time, their FamilyMart stores are expanding to 600 outlets and improving products.
Correct. It's sort of a two-pronged approach. Pass on costs where they have to, like with eggs, but also push for growth and better offerings in their retail arm.
Yeah.
Trying to balance things out in a tough market.
Makes sense. Now, Tech Inari Malaysia's biggest semiconductor firm, their profit dropped 10% in Q4.
Yeah, lower volumes hit them. But interestingly, they're still cautiously optimistic for the next fiscal year.
Why the optimism after a drop?
Well, it seems to be all about generative AI. They see huge demand coming from that artificial intelligence wave.
So AI is the expected driver.
Precisely. It's seen as this massive structural shift that could really power growth for companies like Inari, even with some short-term bumps in the wider tech sector.
Okay. Tenaga National, Utility Group, their Q2 net profit slipped a bit.
It did slip, yes, but they kept the dividend payout at 25 cents.
That's important for shareholder.
Very. And they're also investing heavily 5.2 billion ringgit in the first half of 2025 on reliability projects.
So balancing shareholder returns with critical infrastructure needs.
Exactly. Showing commitment on both fronts. Keeping the lights on, literally, and keeping investors reasonably happy despite lower short-term earnings. It's crucial for the whole economy.
And rounding off the company news, Genting Malaysia, a 5-fold jump in Q2 net profit. Record revenue.
Quite the turnaround. A 5-fold jump is huge, and record quarterly revenue.
What drove that?
A lot of it was actually down to foreign exchange gains. But it certainly shows strength and recovery in the leisure and hospitality sector. Good sign for them.
Definitely a strong rebound. Okay, let's shift gears now. Malaysian political and economic news. The government procurement bill passed.
Yes, it passed Parliament. The finance minister stressed stronger checks and balances, clear penalties for breaches.
So the aim is more transparency, better accountability in public spending.
That's the goal, though it's worth noting some lawmakers apparently still had concerns about, how much power ministers might have under the new rules. So, bit of debate there.
Okay. And a landmark gig workers bill also passed, recognizing 1.2 million workers.
Huge news, really. Formal recognition, plus bringing in proper safeguards like written service agreements, and crucially, social protection through SACRM.
That's Malaysia's social security organization.
Right. This gives a much-needed safety net and legal standing to a massive and often quite vulnerable part of the workforce. It's a really significant step.
Definitely sounds like it. Now, urban renewal, the consent threshold is being raised to 80% for projects.
Yes, for all projects, regardless of building age, though the actual debate got pushed to the next parliament sitting.
What's the thinking there? Balancing redevelopment with homeowner rights.
Pretty much. Raising that threshold means more residents need to agree. It gives homeowners, especially in older buildings, a much stronger voice against potentially being forced out. Could slow some projects, but prioritizes community buy-in.
Right. Bit of drama at the airport. KLIA Terminal 2 had a power outage.
Yes, and the transport minister wasn't happy. Called it unacceptable, demanded a report within 24 hours.
An outage at a major international terminal? That doesn't look good.
Not at all. Raises serious questions about the reliability of key national infrastructure. Things like this can impact our image, tourism, investor confidence. You need airports to just work.
Absolutely. Okay, turning to monetary policy. The market seems to be expecting Bank Negara Malaysia, the central bank, to cut interest rates soon.
Yeah, the market pricing suggests a cut is anticipated in the coming months.
But
But
economists mostly expect rates to hold.
exactly, there's a divergence there. If the market's right, a cut could boost the economy, maybe weaken the ringgit. If the economists are right and rates hold, well, that creates potential for what's called a carry trade.
Where investors borrow cheap elsewhere and invest here for higher returns.
Precisely. So uncertainty about the central bank's next move.
Interesting. And China offering help with rare earths processing.
Yes, technical and technological assistance. It's a potentially big deal for Malaysia's ambitions in critical minerals.
But there's a condition, only involving state-linked companies.
That was the request, yes. Which, adds a layer of strategic consideration or reflects global competition in rare earths and China's dominance, but also maybe a preference for government-to-government level dealings.
Okay, let's broaden out to international news. The U.S. economy grew 3.3% in Q2, revised upwards.
Yeah, a solid number. Driven by stronger business investment and quite a boost from trade.
Good news for the global picture.
Generally, yes. A strong U.S. economy tends to lift global trade and investment sentiment. Shows resilience over there.
Now AI again. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang, he's dismissing fears the AI spending boom is ending.
He is. He's talking about expanding into a multi-trillion-dollar market over the next 5 years. Very bullish long-term.
Even though their short-term forecast was a bit soft.
Right. He's basically saying, look, any short-term cooling is minor compared to the massive transformation AI represents. It's a message that AI's impact is just getting started, which obviously influences tech investment globally.
Okay. Singapore's Temasek, the state investor, a big overhaul announced.
Their biggest in over a decade, apparently, creating 3 new entities.
Why the shakeup?
It seems to be about sharpening their global investment focus. The world's getting more complex, right? Geopolitics, market uncertainties. This is like a strategic move to become more agile, more specialized to navigate all that.
Adapting to the times. Interesting. And a legal fight brewing over the U.S. Federal Reserve's independence.
Yes. Fed Governor Lisa Cook suing over former President Trump, claiming he could remove her. It's a direct challenge.
Highlighting the importance of central bank independence.
Absolutely critical. The idea that central banks can operate free from short-term political pressure is fundamental to global financial stability. This lawsuit really puts that principle under the spotlight.
And finally, tragically, the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues. More strikes on Ukraine.
Yes, very sadly. Reports of at least 18 killed in Kyiv from recent missile and drone attacks, damage to EU and British offices too.
Just underscores the ongoing human cost and instability.
It really does. A constant reminder of the terrible toll and the ongoing geopolitical risks, energy market impacts, and just general global tension stemming from the conflict. No end in sight, unfortunately.
So, wrapping up, from those specific Malaysian company moves and policy shifts right through to these major global economic and geopolitical forces, quite a landscape we've covered.
Indeed. And seeing the connections, how a decision by Tenaga here might relate to global energy trends or how U.S. growth impacts us. That's how you build a clearer picture. Hopefully, this helps you make more informed financial decisions.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Remember to subscribe to the Malaysia Money Matters podcast for more insights into the news shaping your world.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you would like a deeper dive into all the investment opportunities from today's news, subscribe to my newsletter at moneymatters.substack.com. I will be sharing a deeper analysis of the key investment opportunities from today's news, including what makes these opportunities stand out and how they fit into the broader market trends. By subscribing to the Malaysia Money Matters newsletter, you will also get exclusive insights on my watch list and portfolio and fundamental reports on Malaysian listed companies.